Hey guys, welcome back. So if you're wondering, my makeup is because I just filmed an Evil Queen makeup look, which was really fun to do, and if that video is not up yet, it will be up soon. If it is up, I'll link it down below or up here so you can check it out if you're interested. But today I have a fun, crazy video for you, and this is my New York City Comic Con 2017 haul video, and this is maybe the most epic book haul I've ever filmed. I had such a fun time at Comic Con. I cosplayed as Ray. If you didn't see my short little video about New York Comic Con, I will link it here if you want to go check that out. I got to meet some great people. I met the Booksplosion crew and Tasha from Tashopolis, which was really fun. I also got my copy of Geekarella signed by Ashley Poston and met her. That was really awesome. I also got a crap load of books. And I mean, a lot of books, like really crazy amount. I ended up with a total of 27. Yes, that's right, 27 books just from Comic-Con. And do you want to know how many of those books I actually purchased? One. Only one, yep. That's right. And in case you're wondering, the one book that I did purchase was Ember in the Ashes by Here. I know I've heard fantastic things about this series and I've been wanting to read it. I did find an arc of the sequel to this book for like $1 at a local bookstore, so I clearly needed to own the first one. And this was on sale, it was like $10. So this is the one book that I purchased for myself at Comic-Con. The rest of these I received for free from publishers, and it's kind of amazing. So I'm going to divide this up into middle grade, adult, and YA. And I will leave the timestamps down below if you are only interested in a particular segment. But let's go ahead and get started. First up, we're going to do the middle grade because I don't have a lot of those. I received Spy School by Stuart Gibbs, and this is about a 12-year-old boy who is studying to join the CIA and also trying to get a girl. Next is one that I've seen around that I'm excited to check out, and that is an arc of The Magic Misfits by Neil Patrick Harris, who we all know is hilarious. The last book was a finished copy. This is an advanced copy, and I believe this did go on sale in September, but it's adorable, and he's funny, and look at the cover, it's so pretty. And finally, we have the first two books in a series, the Dahlia Moss Mysteries, and they are The Unfortunate Decisions of Dahlia Moss and The Astonishing Mistakes of Dahlia Moss by Max Wirestone. These were billed to me as Veronica Mars meets World of Warcraft, so hell yeah, that sounds amazing. And just to be clear, I'm not entirely sure if these are middle grade or YA. I think they might kind of span that, so I'm putting them in this section just because I wasn't entirely sure where they fell. Next up, let's get into adult books. And the first one I have a finished paperback copy of The Serpent's Shadow by Mercedes Lackey. I have not read any of her books. I know she's prolific and I've been curious to read some of her stuff at some point. This is a fantasy novel set in Edwardian London, and I am always a fan of that setting, so looking forward to that. Next up, we've got a Dresden File novel, and that is Stormfront by Jim Butcher. And these are, I think, kind of urban, paranormal, fantasy, sci-fi mix. I did watch parts of the show that was on. It wasn't like amazingly well made, but it was fun, and never read the books though, so I'm looking forward to that. Next is a book that just came out in paperback, and so they were giving them away, and that is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. I know this is the first in a series of adult science fiction novels. I've heard fantastic things about them, and I'm really looking forward to that. Next is a promotional copy of a book that I've been seeing everywhere and have been really wanting to check out, and that is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Now granted, this is not as pretty as the regular copies, but hey, it was free, and so I'm not gonna say no, I wanna read it. Then we have The Lost Plot, an Invisible Library novel by Genevieve Cogman, and this is an advanced copy of a book that is being released in January of next year. This sounds like a pretty fun book. It is set in Prohibition-era New York City, and it features librarians and dragons and politics and intrigue, and yeah, that sounds fun. Then for another advanced copy, this book is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. This goes on sale February 6th of next year, and this is about a man who looks like he's 40 but has actually been living for a very, very long time. Then we have Blackwing, book 1 of the Raven's Mark by Ed McDonald, and this book did just go on sale on the 3rd of October, but this is the advance copy. And it says on the back that this is a gritty fantasy debut. So I love fantasy, this looks fun, the cover is gorgeous, hopefully that's good. Next is an advanced copy of a pretty highly anticipated book, and that is Artemis by Andy Weir, the author of The Martian. This is another science fiction novel, and this one is set on a moon colony. Then we have a finished paperback copy of an urban fantasy novel that was a Nebula finalist, and that is Borderline: The Arcadia Project by Michelle Baker. This sounds pretty fun, like I said, urban fantasy, and it crosses between Hollywood and the Sealy Court. Then is an advanced copy of a thriller, and this is The Gone World by Tom Sweeterlich, and this goes on sale February 6th of next year. This follows a story of a naval special agent who has been assigned to investigate the murder of a Navy SEAL's family and find his missing teenage daughter. And last but not least, in the adult fiction genre, we have something that looks pretty amazing by the Amazing Quirk Books, the publishers of Geekerella, and that is My Lady's Choosing, an interactive romance novel by Kitty Curran and Larissa Zagaris. This is a choose-your-own-adventure romance novel. Yeah, seriously, sounds amazing. Apparently one of the endings involves a werewolf. Yes, this sounds fantastic. And this goes on sale April 3rd of next year. Moving on to YA books. I know this is like the biggest haul ever. Some of these I am massively excited for, you guys. The first is one of those, and that is Everless by Sara Holland. This goes on sale January 18th. And this is a YA fantasy novel about a girl and her father who escape from Everless, which is some kind of a state in another realm or something like that. And now her father is dying, and the only way to save his life is to go back. Next is another of my very highly anticipated reads, and this is an advanced copy of Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and this comes out in March of next year. It is a YA fantasy novel set in Africa. I've heard amazing things, I've been really excited, and you guys, look at the size of this thing. It's enormous. I was so not expecting that, but yeah, I'm really excited about that. Then we have an advanced copy of Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, and this goes on sale January 18th of next year. This is another fantasy novel that features zombies and an LGBT romance. So yeah, that sounds interesting. Next is a book that sounds pretty fascinating, and that is Orphan Monster Spy by Matt Colleen. This goes on sale in March of next year, and it is about a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jewish girl who goes undercover as a spy in Nazi Germany. For another highly anticipated release, we have Otherworld by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. This is a sci-fi-ish book that involves something about gaming, I think. I was told that if I liked Warcross, I would love this book, and I did in fact love Warcross, so hopefully this is a good one. And this one actually goes on sale next month in November. Then they were giving away copies of a book that just came out in paperback, and that is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. And Catherine was there signing, so I got my copy signed and got to meet her. She was lovely. That was really cool. I've heard amazing things about this story, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Next up, we've got Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman. This comes out in February. And this is another fantasy novel that features a girl expected to be a lady who pretends to be a boy because she doesn't want to meet those gender expectations. Those are always a favorite. And for another one that I know everybody's super excited about, I was so happy to get my hands on an advanced copy of this. That is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This comes out next month in November. If you haven't heard of this, where have you been? She's the author of The Lunar Chronicles and Heartless, and is amazing. And this book sounds really fun. It's about people who have special abilities, but they are on two different sides politically. Then I got a copy of Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Kane and Anna Guir, and this comes out on February 18th. There's a lot of books coming out on February 18th, January 18th, so there's a lot to look forward to next year. but this book is a YA science fiction about a young criminal who is recruited to join an honors space program. Alright, we're getting there, you guys. Only 2 books to go. Next is an advanced copy of The Innocence Treatment by Ari Goldman, and this book actually comes out October 17th, so really soon. This one sounds pretty fascinating. It's about a girl who has a disorder that makes her believe everything that her friends tell her. She then has the opportunity to undergo a surgery that will reverse it. But after she goes through the surgery, it's unclear whether she's now paranoid with violent tendencies or if she's just seeing the world clearly for the first time. And finally, another one that I was so happy to get my hands on, you guys. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, who is fantastic. And this goes on sale also January 18th. This is the beginning of a new fantasy series, and like a lot of her stuff, I think this has got some urban fantasy that also takes us into the world of the fairies, and that is very much in Holly Black's wheelhouse, but I have heard people raving about this book, so I cannot wait to get into that as well. So those are all the books I got at Comic Con. Yeah, a lot, I know, is crazy. I did pick up a couple other things. I picked up 2 books for my kids and got these signed. I thought they were cool. I Am Mixed and I Am Awesome. They're these super cute kids books by Garcelle Bove and Sebastian A. Jones. So I got those for them, but you know, obviously that's separate. I did purchase those. I also got some pins that were kind of cool. They have this cute little raven pin from An Enchantment of Ravens and a Heavenly Fire pin from the Cassandra Clare series. I have some extras of those as well, so I will probably throw those into a future giveaway at some point. And then the last thing that I picked up I'm pretty excited about, I found a couple of pop figures on sale and they were super cheap. They were like $5 because the boxes are damaged, and they're both from Beauty and the Beast, so yeah. I hope you can see this. I could take them out of the package, but the first one is the Celebration Belle, and let me show you what she looks like. I'm like slowly starting a collection of some of these. I don't have very many, and like I don't want to spend my money on that many of them, but they are pretty, some of these are pretty cute, and they're good for Instagram pictures. So yeah, look how cute she is, her little dress and like flowers in her hair. Oh my gosh, and you guys, it's like $5. Yeah, fantastic. And then the other one I got was Cogsworth, which again is just so adorable. Like, look at him. Yeah, so Belle and Cogsworth, $10 for 2 of them. I figured that was a pretty good deal, so I picked those guys up. That is it. That is all the things I got at Comic Con. I had such a good time. It was really fun. I'm still kind of astounded at how many things and books I'm still kind of astounded at how many books I ended up with. There's so many really good reads in this. I gotta like decide what to read first. I mean, some of them obviously are coming out sooner, so I'll get to those hopefully next month. But yeah, in the comments down below, let me know what you guys think. Which of these books are you really excited to read? I know there are a few of these in particular that I can't wait to pick up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to see more. I will see you guys next time.